Okay. So in the last class, we discussed about the list interface, and this class we are talking about the set interface and implementation classes, guys. So set is the interface, and these are all the mainly hash set and linked hash set, and the tree set. These are all the implementation classes of set interface. These are all the set interface implementation classes. Okay, if you want to refer what are the methods available as part of the linked list and hash set and tree set and a constructor, what are the constructors we have, you can go and look at that, guys. You can go and look at that. So it's a document is like some standard document we will have for all the classes. Okay, so and also we will have some description for each class and all. Okay, so that is how we can go and have a look at that, what are the implementation class of a set interface. Okay. Okay, as we are already discussing, we are creating object for a hash set and holding that object into a set interface reference variable, and we are adding the elements. The when you when we are adding all elements continuously, if you are trying to add any duplicate object, set will not allow any, not only hash set, any set of class, I mean implementation class will not allow or to add duplicates. You can add any element, but whenever you are adding a duplicate value, it won't allow. Okay, so that is how the set will work, guys. Any object you can add, it won't work. So this is what you understood till now, the hash set. Okay, so as usual, if you want to iterate, if you want to iterate it if you want to iterate it, so you can iterate it, guys. I mean, so same as usual, like how we did iteration in by using array list, also we can do it. Okay, the simple thing here, so just you have to practice it, how to use this all. We have has next method, and what are the methods we have? Has next, sorry guys,
As next month.
and the next method. So these are the more important methods while you are using iterator. So what is the use of iterator, guys? Iterator is going to help you to iterate all the elements from the collection classes, like in list implementation class or set implemented class, wherever. But we can use the for loop also, but as we are using this iterator, while if you want to modify anything, if you want to modify anything, um, while iterating, while looping, while extracting the values, so in that case iteration is the best one to avoid the concurrent modification exception. So generally, if you use for loop or for each loop, when you are trying to modify something by using those for a loop or for each loop, what kind of exception we generally face? Only if you extract and display, you don't get any exception. If you are trying to modify the dynamically while iterating, so what kind of exception generally we will get, guys? Concurrent modification exception.
Modification exception.
To avoid that exception only we are. So, but as part of the iterator, you have to understand two methods: has next method and next method. As part of this iterator is already implemented in the hash set, because it is the interface is already extending to this collection. So collection is already have the subclass set. So set internally has to get all the methods, like collection interface method, iteratable interface method, and whoever implementing the list set interface, so that guy has to implement all the methods of the list collection, sorry, all the methods of the collection, whatever the superclass, all the super interfaces, whatever. So they have to implement it. As that is the reason we have has next method is already implemented as part of has next, sorry, hash set. So hash set is going to help you whether the object is already there or not. If it is there, then only it will go. So for that, instead of if, I'm using while. While means, so if it is true, it will enter. While is also a loop, right? While is also a loop. It dot, what is that, guys? The method is next method. Next method is going to get the actual value, and you can get it. And let me display it, guys. Let me display it. Let me display it. So now the next value I am going to print it. Okay. So now let us see here. So when first what we get, guys. So are you getting an order? Whatever the order we added, are you getting in the same order the elements? We added one is the first, right? But we got the value null is the first. Are you getting me here? So while iterating, why? So that means whenever a list, if you add whatever the order you added, to any list implemented class like array list, linked list, vector, or stack. So the same order the elements will be arranged. But whenever you are adding into set, so there is no guarantee. There is no guarantee of the order. There is no guarantee of the, but all elements will be there, but the order there is no guarantee. Okay, are you getting me? There is no there is no guarantee of the order. So that is the one more difference between this list and set interface, guys. Till now, any doubt, guys, so far?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Yeah. So okay, fine, good. So let me talk about another class. Another class that is tree set, guys. So the tree set is the most important thing, and also there is some tricky is there. Tree set is the class. This class is also a implementation class of this class is a implementation class of. Second, we have to import. All are part of which package, guys? All are part of Java.util package. So same set tree set equal to this one. Okay. Now, so one thing is whatever the elements you add, what are the objects you add to the tree set, it will arrange in order. It will arrange in order. That means descending and ascending order. You know that what is order, right? Suppose if I add, let me show you with the integer numbers. After that, we will come to the custom objects. Okay. So adding like randomly, I'm adding 3 and ts dot add of 6 and ts dot add of 1, ts dot add of 7, ts dot add of 0. So this is what ts dot add of 10 and ts dot add of 2. Okay, now tell me, guys, I added randomly some objects, 3 objects, 6 objects, 7 objects. These are all the integer objects. I added it. Okay, so so I just added and I'm trying to display it. So in which order it got added? Let's see that magic here. I'm just running. Look at this. The elements are arranged in ascending order or not by default.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
First one we added 3, but is it getting first 3? No. It arranged. It arranged into some order. So means 0 to that means small to big. That means ascending
Small
order.
to big. Ascending order.
So by default, ascending order it added. Okay, by default. Okay. So how it is working? Okay. Let me create some string values instead of that. String values. But how internally works, I will explain. First, try to understand these things. Okay. So some string value, some fruits value I will add here.
Sir?
Yes, tell me.
Swati is trying to join the class. Please allow her for the class.
Oh, is it? Yeah, allowed. Okay. So I'm trying to add. So till now we understood the integer values automatically. What automatically means something is happening. So automatically what is happening in the tree set level? Automatically it arranging all the elements in some order. So that is ascending order in the case of numbers. Okay. So in case of a string, so how it will arrange? Let's see that. So I added apple and then okay, let me add all the names so that we will get all some order. Okay, so we can understand. So first one is Munkumar. And who is next? Okay. So I'm just running, guys. I'm displaying. Let's see. So I added first one Munikumar, but look at this. So how it arranged in
Alphabetical
string level?
order.
Yes, it arranged in alphabetical order. It arranged in alphabetical order. So that means whenever you are adding elements, but elements should be arranged in some order. Then which class is the best to use? Which class is best to use, guys?
Set.
Preset. Preset is the best to use. Preset is the best to use to get order. So now you look at numbers and string. Okay, even if you go for character also it will allow. I mean, if I add single character means how to add single character, guys? Can I add it or not? Let us say. Till now we observed with the strings and what else? Strings and
Integer type.
yes, integer type. Now let's observe or if you use double quote, it will treat as a string only. If you use single quote, it will treat as
Character.
character data type. So that is the reason I am using here character data type. Okay, so look at this. Okay, so now I added and let me run it. So as usual, you know that arranged in alphabetical order. So whatever you add, like in string values, character values, number values. So number as part of numbers, what are the other data type? Integers, float. Okay, and what other things we have? Long value. So all are numbers only. Let me try with that float or double. So 1.5 and 3.5 and 0.5 and 2 1. So I'm adding here 5.6. Okay, now look at that. I just added double or float numbers. Both are same kind of data, right? Whenever you're using, only the size wise is different. Okay, so look at this. So what is that? Double cannot be cast to integer. Why we are getting this exception? Class cost exception. Internally, what's happening in the add method, guys? While adding, what internally it is doing? Internally, it is converting into
Integer.
converting
Teacher.
into integers.
Integer.
So it is not. So that means something happening internally. Okay. So because we added till now all our float type, at last we added integer, right? At last we added integer. So here by understood that, like I just added here. You look at that, we are getting exception. I'm just adding 1.0. Also, we'll see that. Are you getting exception now? No. Elements are arranged in order or not? Small to big, ascending order.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
yeah, here one thing you have to understand is, so the add method, whenever the add method is adding, adding the elements into a tree set, internally it is doing some mechanism. Internally it is doing some mechanism. So that means whenever you are adding elements, you have to add, because as it is a doing some order, so you have to add all values in the same type. If you want to add only integer. If you want to add only double. If you want to add only strings. Okay, don't try with different types. Generally, you can try with other classes like Hashset or other classes. You can try it, but whenever you are working with a tree set, if you want to add to the tree set, add only the same type of data. Okay, same type of data. So the reason is, if you add different kind of data, it has to compare. Let's say I added name and number. If you that logic has to internally has to check. Okay, which is bigger, name or number is the bigger, to keep an order. Is it possible? We can keep same set of data in some order. If you have different kind of data, how can you keep an order, guys? Is it possible?
No, sir.
Let's say there is an there is a name called desktop, and you have that is one object, string object. Another object called integer value 3. So you have to decide which is big and which is small. Is it possible? It's a different kind of. You cannot make it, right? So that to make that logic, it is not possible if you add a different kind of data. If you want to add all one same kind of data. So that is the reason we got exception, guys, here. So till now, what are the data type? Float or double. By default, it will read it as a double. But here integer. So that means those are different kind of data. So that is the reason we are getting an exception. Not only with that, guys, if you add a string also, let me add hello. That is a string. Let me run. We are getting exception. What exception? Double cannot be cast to
String.
double cannot be cast to. Yeah.
String.
Look at this, guys. Internally add method is calling some put method, and that put method internally calling compare to method. Internally have some logic here. So that we will discuss it. Don't worry about it. By diagrammatically, I will explain. Okay. So what is the first element you added? So it will treat. So the data type that has to be continued with the second element also. If you add here string, first I will add string, guys. Rest of the cases I will add the floating members, I mean double numbers. Let's see that. So we got exception. Exception is different here. String cannot be cast to double because first it is treating as a string. It is expecting a string. Okay, this is how. So you tried with the numbers, float numbers, and names also. But whereas let's say we have already product class in our class, right? So let me create a product class, guys. Product p1 equal to new product. So till now we tried with the primitive data types, right? So primitive data, like these are all the numbers and all integer and all. Okay. So what happening is internally, if you go and take a look at integer. So let me go. Where is that? Java.util, Java.lang. Where is the Java.lang? Java.lang. Where is that? Integer. Okay. So, yeah. So if you go and look at the methods of the integer, or else if you go and look at that integer is implementing which interface, guys? I mean, internally it is extending another class, extend number class, but implementing which interface?
Comparable.
comparable. If you open the comparable interface, how many methods we have as part of comparable interface?
Only integer.
Only one method. Only one method, that is compare to method. So that means this compare to method is going to do the comparison, whether it's which is big, which is not big. That is the reason if you add with the integer values, double values, because it is already implemented comparable. So that is the reason you are, if you see that long also, you can see that long is internally implementing the comparable. And if you see double also, or else if you go and look at the string also, where is the string, guys? String. Look at the string. What is it implementing the comparable interface or not? So that means that whoever, so that these all classes are implementing, but in our class, product class, is it implementing comparable? The product class? No, right? So let's try with the product object here. I just created object. Let's try with the three objects. I just created P1, P2, and P3. And let's say here P1 and P2 and P3. Okay. Now let me run it. These are the custom objects, guys, not primitive. You got an exception. What is the exception, guys? Product cannot be cast to comparable. That means internally it is expecting some comparison. So it is not comparable. That means you cannot use directly the custom object. You cannot add custom object directly to the tree set without implementing comparable interface or extending a comparable class. So that concept is there. I will explain you how to implement those comparable interface or extend that comparable classes. That is, and how to write the logic to sort the custom objects. But predefined integer, float, double, long, strings, these are all already predefined classes. Those classes already implementing comparable interface. That is the reason we are not facing any error while adding those. But whenever we are adding the custom objects, we are facing an error. We have to do some modifications to make some order for our custom. I want to, let us say we have a product object. I want to order all products in a cost wise. If you go and see an e-commerce application, guys, you will see sort all the items based on some order. So when you click on that order, some logic has to be execute. Okay, in that case, if you want, you have to arrange those elements and you have to display. Okay, how that can be done, how we have to implement all those things. Okay, how to make a sorting, and we will have a look at, and we will see what is the algorithm internally, how it works internally, and we will try to understand, guys, in the tomorrow class. Okay. Okay, guys. Thanks for your time, and have some work. We'll meet tomorrow. Bye bye. Any doubts so far?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.